All right, Teak 7C. Determine the effects of the graph of the parent function when f of x is replaced by any of the transformations. All right, so we have this first example. The quadratic graph of the parent function is transformed to create the graph d of x is equal to f times x plus 2 minus 5. As soon as you see parentheses, that is a horizontal shift. And since that's minus 2, it's going to be opposite. So that would be horizontal shift to the left. Okay, so I'm going to look at any of these graphs that go to the left. F goes to the left, H goes to the left, G and J goes to the right. So G and J are out. All right, then it says there's this -5 outside. It's -5, so that tells me it is a vertical shift down 5 units. F shifts up, so that would be +5 if it was a shift up. This H is shift down, so H has to be the value. And let's think about this. So our parent function would have the vertex here at 0, 0. It shifted, the vertex went to here, so that shifted to the left 1, 2 units. We've got +2, and then it shifted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units down. Yep, that's definitely our answer. All right, next question. Transform to create the graph f of x minus 9. Which is the statement's true? Since there's no parentheses, this is the parent function, and then we're subtracting 9. Reflection, it's not a reflection. There's no negative in front of the x. 5 units to the right. Nope, we're not. This means shift, vertical shift down. Reflection, again, that's out. D says vertical shift 9 units, y-intercept 9. The intercept of the y-intercept is 9 units below the y-intercept of the graph F. This is our answer. Pay close attention to that. Sometimes they like to trick you and switch your numbers on that one or your names. So make sure you were able to get that right answer anyways by eliminating the other ones, but they do like to kind of trick you on that specific statement. The graph of the quadratic function is shown. We've got the k squared, and then we've got the k of x plus n. We want to know what the value of n is. So your parent function is here at 0, 0. It shifted down to here. It goes down -6. So n is going to be -6 for your answer, because that n is going to tell us that we're shifting down. All right, the graph x squared is transformed to create the graph of negative x to the 4th and then squared. Which of these transformations describe the graph g and the function to the graph of x? Okay, we've got a reflection across the x-axis, so that's true. G is out because it says the y-axis. Then it says the x-axis here, so that's true. So h is out because it says y-axis. All right, now we've got kind of a tricky question. We've got a horizontal stretch versus a vertical stretch. When it's inside the parentheses, we're dealing with the a value, or rather, sorry, not with the a value. We're dealing with the x value. We're inside the parentheses. We're squaring it. This is essentially saying negative times 1/4 x, and then we're squaring it. This is telling us that we're having a vertical, there is a horizontal change. Anything inside the parentheses is going to deal with a horizontal change. This answer says a vertical stretch, so that answer is out. If it was -1/4 and then x squared, then it would definitely be a vertical stretch. Since it's inside the parentheses next to the x, it's going to be dealing with a horizontal stretch or compression. So F is your answer choice. X was transformed, X parent function transformed to create the graph given to us. Minus, we've got inside the parentheses. So that is left to right. That is a horizontal shift. And remember, it's opposite. That's negative. That means it's going to go to the right instead of left. So that gives us, F says horizontal to the right. G is horizontal left, out. H is vertical, J is vertical. Those are both out. Our answer is F. The graph of the function is transformed to create 2f of x. That means that is a vertical stretch. It's outside the parentheses. Our vertex is going to remain the same. So h is out automatically. And f is out because we have a shift up. Now, vertical stretch means our graph is going to be more narrow than the parent function. The dotted line is our f of x because it says f, and then the solid line is going to be our h. So then looking at these, that means if it's going to be 2 of x, it's a vertical stretch. That means the h needs to be more narrow than the dotted line, so that gives us our answer choice, J. You can also look at the point. So if I go to 1, 1, that gives us our first value. If I go to 1 or 2, 4, that gives us our second value and the parent function. In the transformed function, it should be 1, 2, which is here, and then it should be 1, 8 for the next one, which would be way up top, okay? The function p is in the form of y is equal to ax squared plus c. The values a and c are both less than 0. So a is less than 0. C is also less than 0. So that means it's going to be, C is going to represent a shift down. Okay. If A is less than 0, that's going to reflect a reflection and a wider graph. Okay. F is a shift up, so that's out. H is a shift down, and it's a reflection, so that looks really good. G does not reflect, so that's out. J goes down, and if I look at it has the same vertex, okay, and I go right 1, right 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That nope, we don't have any shift down, so that's definitely out. So H has to be our answer choice. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the next video and the next question because I don't want this video to get too long. And there's quite a few questions dealing with this teak. I will see you then.